Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all some time to tune in. Not gonna be on here too crazy tonight. Not too crazy, just wanna reiterate on a couple things with the people, especially some of those who really need to hear this. So y'all already know. First things first, hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Tuesday evening. Hopefully everybody was smoothly able to get through the work day. Hopefully your kids got through the school day smooth. We almost to the weekend again. The week is pushing by already kind of quick, but for those celebrating birthdays today, hopefully y'all keeping yourselves safe, enjoying your evenings. Those who might be celebrating over the weekend, hey, continue to keep growing, keep learning, keep making the best experiences. Liz, baby. Appreciate everybody that tuned in for the conversation. Anita, baby. Appreciate everybody that tuned in Sunday for the conversation at hand. Definitely was a great one. Definitely hit some key points in there. You already know how we do it. It's like tonight I'm gonna hit some key points. Ain't gonna be too crazy, man. I want to say this to those who need to hear this, especially those who got either elder parents or grandparents. If your grandparents or your parents aren't able to do certain things that they are accustomed to doing, or if they can't do things that certain establishments might require just the main person to do, make sure y'all take guardianship over the things they need to get done. Reason why I say that is because again, there's some areas right now where they expect a person, especially if they elderly, to do everything. They want that person to come in and take care of things. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen if that person is incapacitated. Probably, prime example. If they're in the hospital, prime example, how do you expect them to take care of certain things unless they got somebody to do it for them? Again, for some of y'all, I would encourage y'all to do that. You know, especially when it comes to certain situations, they're not going to allow the aides to do certain things for you. So I would suggest that be the thing for y'all to do. You know, it's needed because again, now prime example, this is how they try to get over on people to a degree. That's why I said, make sure you taking over certain things. You go to the courts, get whatever documents and stuff in order. You know, get a certified letter also. So this way, you have no issues with taking care of certain things. And it's crazy because again, they expect people that's in their 70s, 80s, or even in their late 60s to just be moving around all crazy. Sometimes people are not always out and about. Sometimes some of the older folks, if they are out, they'll come out early. And most of the time, they're in the house for the day. James, what's going on, my guy? That's why I say it's important. You know, just take care of the necessary things you need to, especially if it is for your parents, your grandparents, whoever. Because right now, the way they playing, again, this is how they trying to get rid of people. Like prime example, if you got parents that are living in New York City housing, public housing, or whatever kind of complexes you at, right? You know how they do things. There's certain things you're not going to be able to do unless you either stay in there or unless you got all rights to do so. Sickle, what's going on, my guy? And happy early birthday, sis. You already know what it is. I'll see y'all with y'all little Virgo selves, baby. Oh no, my fault. My fault. You going into what? Libra territory. Y'all snap. Oh snap. Tamika, baby. Come on, Liz. You already know how we do, sis. No, but that's why I'm saying it's important for some of y'all. I don't care what state you're in. If you got elderly folks, grandparents that can't do much of whatever, do what's necessary for them. So A, they still got a roof over their head. B, they still got things intact that need to be intact. Like prime example for those that live in New York City housing, there's some of y'all who your buildings are going through a whole bunch of makeovers, a whole bunch of different changes, so on and so forth. Right? Make sure, even if you ain't living there, make sure that everything is going according to plan. Because the way they doing things, again, you got elderly folks fighting to keep their apartments, which they should never have to. Because again, the elderly should be treated with the utmost respect, especially those who have been paying their rent on time and doing what's necessary. You know, and again, it's crazy because you want to make sure they don't got nothing that is going to be a danger or harm to them. Like prime example, there's no way you can tell me that somebody's mailbox has been compromised for longer than 2 months, and you expect that person to come out when you know that person is well over age. That doesn't make any sense. See, there's certain bylaws that they put into play that they need to X out now. Because again, they think that, oh, everybody that lives in the projects is young. No, you got folks that have been living there forever. Some folks have made it comfortable, made it their home. They ain't trying to get the hell up and leave just because. That's why I said for those who are still fortunate enough to have these people in their lives, parents, grandparents, even if it's uncles and aunts that raised you, make sure that everything is intact with them. Make sure everything is intact with their living situation. You know, don't negate that for a minute. This is how they trying to get over on people now. My boy just had to go through some shit for his grandmother mailbox to get fixed. Make that make sense. Now again, he's on the lease, but can't do nothing because they want the head leasing. If that lady is over 80 years old, 90 years old, where the hell you think she going? Like, come on now. That's why I said it's important and it's smart for some of y'all to do that. All right, well, I know she ain't going or he ain't going to be able to do this. All right, well, let me go take care of these papers and documents. Cool gamer, what's going on? No, it's a fact, Liz, because again, like, look, if these people have done right by you throughout life, it's only right that you do it back. And again, shouldn't have to worry about misplacement or anything. I think that's crazy though. You know, in certain instances, they're allowed family members to do things for them, whether they live in there or not, right? But then in other instances, nah, they want you to, they want that person to go do it. Now, again, if a person is over 80 years old, they can barely see, they barely getting out unless it's to their appointments. When do you think they gonna have time to go and take care of some business that y'all? First of all, y'all supposed to have social workers outside of the superintendents coming to see about they tenants. That's real. If I know I run an apartment complex, I got old folks and young folks in there. I'm checking on all the older folks. Anybody over 60, oh no, let me make sure they good. Let me make sure everything is everything. If there's any things that need to be done, if there's any complaints, so on and so forth, let me get these people acclimated and out the way so they don't have as much to take care of. See, honestly, they would have people coming around and see what's what. Again, about the older tenants, there would be things that wouldn't have to be so much as a hassle. You know, and it's crazy. Because think about it. That could be like me, prime example. I'm going to visit my grandmother and something wrong with her mailbox, and there's also something wrong within her apartment. Now, if I can't do something, the only way I'll be able to do something is if I got that guardianship. Let me take care of all the assets and everything. And again, some of the home health aides, they ain't gonna be able to do certain things, Liz. Some of the things that like that they can help with everything else falls within the house. But there's certain business that they don't want these home health aides to be dealing with now. Like, okay, I could go with you to an appointment if you gotta take care of something, but I can't take care of the business for you. And that's crazy. That's why I said there's so many damn things going on right now that it's like, come on now. You gotta start definitely looking at the bigger picture of things. It's sad when you got people who live where they live at and they trying to grow old, grow into their space. Some things that again, if they incapacitated, not gonna be able to do it. If the home health aide is not gonna be able to do it, you might as well let the nearest of kin get that out the way. That's why I said for some, yeah, definitely if you feel you have to do so because there's nobody else to trust, then take that guardianship into consideration. Again, this way, even if you far away, you decide to come check up on things and things ain't right. Hey, listen, I'm putting in tickets for this. I'm putting in tickets for that. Listen, this needs to be done. Yes, I'm taking care of this for such and such on behalf of such and such. Make sure again you're getting those notified letters for real. Some of y'all, you have to start really checking in on your elders, family wise and all, especially those who have done the best for you, ones who have been the best for you. It's definitely critical on that notion right there. Because again, prime example, my boy just had to go through hell just to finally get something fixed for their grandmother. Nah, it's a whole fact, Liz. Whole fact. See, like prime example, my boy works, and my boy doesn't get off until late in the evening. So by a certain time, most of the offices is closed. So things that might need to be done couldn't get done. So it's sad when you got to take days off to go get shit done. And then especially y'all giving these people to run around. Oh well, the head of the household would have to. If the head of the household is incapacitated and can't do not a damn thing, why would I let them suffer? And why would I let them come and take care of their own business when I can help take care of their business for them? I'm not gonna do that. But it just goes to show you the dynamic of things. You know, the dynamics, and it's not just the young people too. It's some of the people that's in these positions, like I said. Y'all so focused on money, 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 money. Y'all not even focusing on humanity. Y'all not saying, you know what? I got elder folks who I know for a fact they ain't planning on leaving. They keep recertifying and keep doing this, so I know they're gonna stay for the long haul. Let me just do what I gotta do and make sure these people are comfortable. And again, you're supposed to have social workers. Now, in certain states, yeah, they still got social workers and stuff coming through, checking in on these elderly folks, but in other spots, they don't. And that's the thing. My boy had to go through hell just to get 3 things fixed technically in his grandmother's house. Didn't make sense. I had to literally tell him, well, in certain cases, you're going to have to go and get guardianship so you could do that for your grandmother because they're not going to hear anything outside of what they want to hear. They're not going to follow protocol unless they feel like following the protocol. But again, it's sad because, again, if I'm telling you, because I felt where he was coming from. If I'm telling you these people ain't going to be able to make it, both of them are well in their age, they capacity, they both in scooters and stuff. You really think they going, hey, no. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. They did have social workers at one point that was doing that. They come sit by, they talk with the older folks or whatever the case is. You know, make sure everything is everything as far as their living situation, and assess certain things, and then that would be it. But they don't even barely got that no more in the city, and that's crazy. Outside of a superintendent coming to make sure everything is everything, is nobody that really checks in on these elderly folks, unless it's people within that facility that know them. And that's sad, man. And seeing this is the one thing I would say for some of y'all too. In the event everything is still not being met or being done, then you take the rights into your own hands. Prime example, I knew some people who housing was taking so long to come fix the simplest things. They children or whoever else fixed things for them. You know what they hate? They hate when you fix certain things and then you tell them to knock it off the rent. They hate that shit. They really hate it. But then again, you gotta respect it, because if I'm putting in tickets for things to be done and you're taking months to do them, I could have got this shit done my damn self. Chip, what's going on, my guy? I already know if y'all just tuned in the like button. But that is a fact though. Like, think about it. Why somebody gotta wait months on end to get something done? For all that, they can allow somebody else to come take care of whatever, and that be it. But again, they hate to hear that shit. They hate to hear shave off the rent. But I feel that's fair. If you sat here and took forever to fix the simplest things I could have fixed, or my family could have fixed, nah, knock that on for the next couple months of rent. It's only fair. Prime example. If I had to sit here and do something as far as plumbing is concerned, and I took my money out of that shit, I want my money back. Point blank, period. They'll try to argue down with some of these people too. I knew 2 or 3 older folks who had to lay into these niggas just because of that. Excuse my language. They had to lay right into them. First of all, I put in a ticket months ago for you to fix this, do this, and do that. I got a big hole in my wall that need to be fixed. You taking forever telling me you got to get a contractor. So I'm going to take the initiative. I'm going to get my own stuff. I'm going to get my own cork. I'm going to get my own sheetrock, plaster, and all of that. I'll do it my damn self, or I'll get somebody to do it for me. And yes, I feel that if I got to fix something that it should take y'all not too long to fix, then yeah, shave it off. It's only right. Like, how you gonna try to charge somebody full rent for that month if they had to fix things in the fucking apartment that y'all didn't fix, and you still didn't get to fix it? Another thing I would say for some of y'all, especially in housing, or that know you got family in housing, double check on those tickets and stuff like that, those work orders, and make sure they ain't just closing them just to close it. Because I've seen a couple people go through that recently. Y'all closing tickets that y'all didn't even come take care of, and the things that you already took care of, you still got it open. Like, make it make sense. 702, baby. Again, just pay attention to that, y'all. Like, for some of y'all, I would say in that instance that New York City housing app and something else in particular, the best ways to go right now so you can double check on things. You know, whether you living in that vicinity or not, your best bet is to do that. You know, put in an account for somebody, especially the one that's staying there. Put it in an account, do whatever, and again, make sure them work orders are being taken care of. The minute you feel something ain't being taken care of, you call that main hotline. But then it's trash to call that main hotline, because sometimes you be on hold longer than 20 minutes to an hour. Again, for those who are dealing with family that is elderly, again, make sure that they living conditions is where it needs to be at. They shouldn't be living like cavemen, and they definitely shouldn't be living like it's the scrapyard. If you know there's things that need to be done, especially if these are things that could be some form of danger, then you take the initiative yourself. Especially if they're not going to take the initiative. Lucy, baby. And I'm sorry, in this day and age, there are some bylaws that I feel throughout the states need to be changed. Again, it shouldn't matter if I got guardianship or not, right? What should matter is that I'm a loving family member that's able to take care of and do whatever, or gotta take care and do whatever. It's only right. Like there's certain things again, you're not gonna expect these people to take care of. That's where next of kin comes into play. Kids, grandkids, whoever, nieces, nephews, whoever. Now, in certain instances, yeah, I can see you talking about you need guardianship to take care of those important things. But for everything else, shouldn't be no problem. Like prime example, there's people who, if they are not getting their medications delivered to them, they have their family members picking up medication for them. Now, if you can do that without no problem, how you can't manage to do other things without it being a problem? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand that part right there. You know, if I'm able to take care of something for a sick family member or incapacitated one, shouldn't have no issue doing the simplest thing. Again, check in on those that need to be checked in on, and make sure that they ain't in a position of where it could be critical. Eric, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Again, because in certain instances, they don't care about humanity. All they care about is money. And then it just goes to show, too, it always depends on who you put in those positions of play. But I think it's sad, though. You mean to tell me that something that should be overlooked, it ain't getting overlooked? Come on now. It need to be overlooked only because, again, if these are the closest to people or closest to kin that's near the area that can take care of these things, let them do it. You got a better chance of getting something done with somebody that's nearby than somebody that's across state, prime example. The fact that that person had to come from across state to help take care of certain situations, that don't make sense. And again, it goes to show you they don't care about nothing outside of, oh, okay, well, we just gonna make sure this person is. No, 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 no. If these people are gonna resonate here and reside here until they decide to close their eyes for good, then as a landlord or whatever the case is, that is your duty to make sure your tenants are straight, old and young. You might have tenants who just had babies, prime example. Make sure everything is everything. If you see they could be in a position where they probably might need an extra room or whatever the case is, that's when you evaluate to do things. Again, it's crazy. It's crazy to know that again that in certain situations they won't allow people, especially the closest they can, to do something unless there's paperwork involved. Now listen, time for that bylaw to go. Honestly. But yeah, definitely double check again for a lot of y'all. Double check and make sure everything is everything. And if you feel you gotta put certain things on pause to get certain things done for those people, then do so. Because again, when they getting into the olden and golden stages, they deserve to relax. They shouldn't have to worry about They shouldn't have to worry about certain things anymore. Especially the way they live, and they shouldn't have to worry about it no more. Give me 1 second, y'all. Nah, but that's what you gotta do though. My fault, y'all. But that's what you gotta do though. Again, check in on those who need to be checked in on. It definitely is unfair again that things that you want to take care of for people you can't, not unless there's some form of courts involved. But again, for everything else, look here. Just make sure your people is living right. You know what I mean? Do adequate observation. Big dog, what's going on? Prime example, if you see certain things might be needed in the house. Hey, if you know you can spare it, do what you gotta do. Make sure again if the elders is good. Sometimes they don't always have extra food, prime example. You know? So again, just remember that. Simple things go a long way. Do those good deeds when needed. Appreciate you for dropping those links, James. But again, this is the thing that we need to start implementing back. Show that we care. You know, like I said, I know there's certain situations where people will say, "Oh, well, f this and f that," and yeah, you can't always say that. Yeah, because for those who are just living their normal lives and they don't work to the bone, and now they just trying to, live comfortably, doesn't matter. They should still be checked in on. Marlene, baby. But it's the truth though. You have to definitely make sure that everything is going according to plan. Like I said, if you see a certain thing that need to be done, if you gotta take the initiative yourself, do it. Serious, baby. But it's, most important thing that you can do. Again, checking in on those that need to be checked in on. If you see that there's extra things they might need that they don't have, if you can spare it or if you can do it, do it. You still got people right now who do that. They check in on some of these elder folks, make sure they got whatever they need, make sure that they're accustomed and that they're straight for whatever. You know, like I said, you're gonna have those who are just getting by, or they probably might just be good enough to pay the rent. And again, the rent shouldn't be so damn high for those who are up in age. That's something y'all need to start looking back at again. Again, you're gonna have those who are on fixed incomes that they only gonna get so much a month. So again, why should they have to pay well above and beyond something just to stay where they at? Something to really think about right there, man. For real, like it doesn't make sense, none whatsoever. You know, and it's a good thing, like prime example, that you got everything in order to pay because again, you know, look how long it would have took for things to get done. You know, and it could have been real tragic right there. Because in certain events, again, guess what? If something happens, what can be done? You know, and it's sad. You got to come all the way across from wherever just to help somebody take care of something. But again, in certain instances, if you are the most responsible, do what's necessary. You know, the most responsible ones are the ones that are really going to look out and take care of. You know, and that's a good thing. You know, again, bring back that form of humanity. When you know these people are living away from or not living with certain ones, make sure everything is all right with them. But yeah, you know, it's really crazy because guess what? For some that are living in the house in the area, guess what? They done switched up a lot of different things now. The things that you wasn't supposed to be paying for, now they want you to pay for. So that's something to look into as well too. You know, again, tenants do have rights, and in the long run, it's unfair when you are trying to charge people for things that you never charged them before, charged them before for now. And the only reason why I believe in that instance is happening is because of that big ass scam. You know, again, this is what happens when you got the wrong people in places of high positions. And instead of them doing what's right for the people, they doing all against. And then look who's left to take the whole brunt of everything. The people. Like prime example, there's certain things you should not have to pay for, especially if they're supposed to be government issued or government whatever. Yeah, I don't know how certain situations are in the private homes or the private houses, but as far as public, hell no. There's things you're not supposed to be paid for because again, it's supposed to be included in say your rent and amenities. So just trying to change up shit now. There's a lot of y'all that need to start looking into that. Make sure that you're not one of the ones being targeted for specific things because again, there are just always going to be things that should never be charged out of your pocket. You already charged enough as it is for the person to stay there, to rent there. Come on now. Gotta have some form of fair bone in your body. Again, if you know you got things you can take care of, take care of them. Take care of them for those who need it. You know, and again, do it just because it's good to do. Give me 1 second, yeah. No, but definitely stay ahead of those things again. Um, don't fault y'all. But yeah, making sure everything is comfortable for the people that you love, especially those in their golden stage. And the minute you feel that there's certain things that you just want better, hey, try to get them to stay with you. I always say in certain instances, guess what? Things will be different. Prime example. You're gonna have those who gonna probably make sure their parents or their grandparents is within the vicinity. So this way it's not too much to worry about. You're gonna have those who are gonna be not so much as prideful and stubborn, but they already set in what they want to do. So again, no matter what the situation, just make sure they great. Make sure they in everlasting kid. It's needed. Now another thing I was going to cover tonight, and I think I might go back on that into some deep detail on another day. But yeah, uh, I'll get to that in a second. Again, it's definitely important for a lot of y'all to start having more care and more awareness for the elders. As prime example, the elders can be living in areas where nobody gives two shits. But again, it's not right because again, that's where they decide to live. That's their home. Respect it. And also again, making sure that certain things are in order for them because again, they shouldn't have to worry about having to go out in certain positions where it could be bad positions for them. Prime example would be that person's look, they decide they're going to have to take care of something because it's taking forever to get done. And God forbid you to suffer from some form of stroke or anything. You know, I think it's about time again to bring back that awareness and humanity. Reason why I always talk about support is because again, that is a form of support. That's a form of doing what's needed. Again, humanity and spirit. when it's all said and done, you know, you gotta remember to be mindful on certain things because again, when you get to a certain age, you will want somebody to do the same thing for you as well. Especially if you know you're not going to be able to do certain things that are required. So again, treat people accordingly. But it goes both ways though. BD baby. I don't know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, just think about that. You ain't gonna want to get into your older stages and being mistreated all out the board or living within conditions that you know ain't safe. That's why I was preaching this tonight again, because again, I know people had to go through the utmost just to get the simplest thing done. But again, in all instances, your best bet is try to at least be somewhere nearby. So just in case, treat those elders, treat those ones that are close to the family or even in the family like you would want to be treated in your days. It's not that hard to do. Again, just making sure they got everything needed. If they got an empty refrigerator, try to help fill that refrigerator. Certain things that need to be done fixture wise. If you can't do it, make sure you get somebody to get it done. And again, it's sad because in those instances, you're supposed to have a social worker. But it goes to show you that there's only going to be certain things you're going to get a social worker for. But it's sad that that one should be able to do everything that's needed for you. I would say that too for some who are thinking about getting into any form of that game of home health aid or doing anything for, hey, even getting to that social work. There's some people right now that are getting into that field of play because they got elders that are within certain jurisdictions and everything else. Okay, well, I can at least make sure that they're good. You know, I can make sure that anything that needs to be done can get done within time, and they ain't got to go through no loops and hurdles. And like I said, get into that work. It pays off because you're not just doing something great of spirit. You're doing something that will send a strong message. Again, bringing that humanity back. Certain things going on with their vision. Hey, try to help them with it. Again, check in on these people when you know there's nobody checking in on them. Some people will try to say, well, there's probably a reason why ain't nobody coming to visit them. You're right. In certain instances, it doesn't always got to be because these people were evil. These people probably have a family tree that is spread across the damn globe. You know, there's always different scenarios and why some of these elder folks are not being looked out after. But I think that should change. But that's just my view and opinion on it for real. And for some who are within the vicinity that do know these elder folks, there's only so much they gonna be able to do as well too. You know, that's why I said it's always good to spread that form of generosity. Okay, if this one can't do it, I know this one will be. I'll probably be able to do this. Check in on those. You never get too wrapped up to where you can't do what's necessary for those people. And if you can't, then you need to make sure you got people who are gonna be on board and they gonna be able to get everything done like you ain't miss a beat at all. Encouraging strength. That's what they need right now. You know, Again, don't think that every elder within certain living situations ain't being tended to just because. No. Again, it goes to show it's supposed to be a team effort on everything. And again, even if they do got social workers, regardless, you know, you as a relative, you are supposed to double check. Because for all you know, there could be something going on that you wasn't aware of. And now this person is being taken advantage of. So again, check in. Do what's needed for you. And it does put a smile on their face, especially when they do get that form of, attention where it's needed. I think it's fair though. Like prime example, I got some people that I go check in on from time to time. These is elder folks. I go checking on them from time to time just because. Sad part about it be though, got some family members that are right nearby. But hey, when you are being deemed the most responsible out of everything, hey, you tend to do what is needed. You know, I check in on these people because they was definitely strong friends with my moms, strong friends with my pops, and regardless to what, you know, they always did right by me. Shit, I felt like the spoiled kid that I felt like the spoiled kid to a degree. It wasn't nothing that they wouldn't have done for me neither, just like the parents wouldn't have done for me. So those ones I'm always going to look out after. Shoot, those are the ones I'm always going to let me go see what's going on and make sure everything is everything. You know, appreciate you for dropping Link Series, baby. But this is what I'm saying. All in all, it's things that you got to remember. You don't want to get treated like a second class citizen when you get into your older stages. So don't do that to those that you love and care for. Something that a lot of people need to take into consideration. You know, prime example, we just had two deaths within my area, and these was important people within the community. So again, you can imagine how the funeral is going to turn out. You know, going to definitely be a turnout. But again, these people have done things within the community, so they're being celebrated for that as well too. Yeah, happy birthday to all the rest of the Virgo babies and you Libra babies coming in. Yeah, we ain't forget about y'all. Forget about y'all. But this is what I'm saying. Gotta remember that part. Nothing is ever promised or guaranteed. So if you know you got those that you love and care for genuinely, make sure that they living conditions are where it need to be at. Make sure their health condition is where it needs to be at. Keep careful observation over those that are needed. We tend to lose focus on that. Some of it is because, and I'm not just going to blame the younger folks. I'm going to blame some of the older folks as well too, because again, some of these youngins is watching what some of the people within a certain age range is doing that. There's some of y'all out there right now that are not genuinely making sure you taking care of family, especially the family that watched for you, take care of you, and all of that. There's some of y'all who are overlooking things because you again focusing. Granted, you're supposed to focus on your life. Not saying you're supposed to stop your life for everything, but no, you still got to make a decent balance within. Like for those who don't have children, prime example, if you know you the closest to kin when it comes to certain situations, why not try to be responsible on that level? Especially if you ain't worried about them kids right now, do what you gotta do. That's what I'm saying. It's just some things you really have to be aware of. It's only fair. Again, would you want to be tossed away towards the trash like yesterday's garbage? No. You would want that respect and that honor, just like you should be giving it to those people who deserve it. Those couple people I check in on is only because I know for a fact it's not so much as the responsibility, because they got family members who are responsible as well too. But those ones are not close enough to take care of certain things. You got some who won't even do the simplest thing like take a damn store and run for somebody that's needed. Come on now, that don't look right. In my opinion, I've always felt like this: your deeds go a long way. That's what I'm saying. All in all, though, you got some who won't even do the simplest thing. Like I said, run to the store, go do that real quick for the one. That's mostly what I'm doing for those ones that I go check in on. Yo, you need anything? Especially if they don't got people that's there every day. Now, it's not saying they don't have people there at all, no. But there's days, like prime example, they need extra. Listen, can you do me this favor? And I got you. Shoot, you don't got me. I'm doing it because I want to do it. You know, you feel way better and more at ease when you're doing things from the heart again. That's what's up, Chip, man. And again, you just got to remember, it's kind of hard trying to balance certain things. I've read that. But when it comes down to your parents, your grandparents, shoot again, uncles, aunts, whoever basically raised your ass, make sure that they're good on all levels. Again, you don't know what kind of confident smile you put on their faces when you come by, sit back for a little bit, talk. You know, they feel good about that. They don't feel as lonely. They don't feel that depressed. You know, it helps. That's why I said for some of y'all, get into social work, especially if you got people in your family in their elder stages. Shit, it could be cousins. They don't even matter. Yo, cuz, oh, you good? Y'all need this. You need this. It helps. See, in every generation, I seen keep piecing this together. In every generation, we was achieving or striving for the greatest thing. Humanity was at an all-time high. There was things that we just wasn't going to allow, not by outsiders or not by people that was supposed to be deemed worthy and all that other shit. It seemed like in almost every case of that scenario, we've lost that. Just think about it. There's always certain causes to um, certain structures. There's always demises to certain structures just because. The fact of even caring anymore has jumped out the window. Sorry, but things we have to really like execute and put back into play. See, right now in this era, to some degree, some people don't have that aspect of living past a certain age. Leah, baby, I already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, you just gotta think about that. It's not right. It's not right that it's a mindset to say, well, I don't plan on making it past a certain age, so I don't care what goes on. Uh, you should care. And again, you should definitely have compassion for those elder folks who need it. If you know there's things they can't get done, gotta help them the best way possible. You don't always gotta be blood family prime example to do the right things for the right people. Shoot, sometimes an associate will show more compassion than the people who really should show compassion. Neglect on elders should never be a thing. Mistreatment should never be another thing. Again, it's about having that form and strength to say, you know what, this ain't right. I can't continue to allow this to happen. I'll drop the link in case anybody want to chime in, but wasn't gonna hold y'all all night neither. I just felt I had to get this out again because it's sad to think that you got close kin who's close to the scenarios to try to help with certain situations, not going to allow them to do so just because of either certain paperwork or just because y'all feel that adamant on having the main person in. But again, if you could barely get that person out of how, and then you thought that's this son they didn't think about too. That's another thing I want to implement too. Some of y'all know these older folks in these apartment complexes are barely getting out as is. Some of it is because they not. Some of them are scared to go outside. To be honest with you, some they're not going to be able to really be out and about the way they want to because of specific health conditions. Others, they not going to be able to trust really moving around if they got scooters and stuff because you digging up in areas, you making complete construction areas turn into like, come on now. You got construction areas where you are digging and creating more craters to a point where they got to ride the scooters in the streets. That's a problem. This is what will make certain people not come out and about. You got to think about things like that. Some people just ain't gonna be able to get out. Again, if they could barely have seed or they barely mobile, what you think they're gonna do? So I said, there's things that y'all should think about. And I'm speaking to those higher ups in those complex areas that need to hear that now. Because again, that's fucked up. There's certain things that these elder folks are not going to be able to get done. And if they got family members, whether they live there or not, they should be able to take care of things for their family the way they're supposed to. And I'm keeping it real, but that's just my view and opinion on it. It don't make no sense though. Just things that you should really look out for. Again, get into that notion of caring. Humanity is not all lost for real. You know, some people it might be, but for others it ain't. Another thing I am going to speak about again is how some of y'all are doing certain things and then expecting the young ones not to follow behind you. I'm telling you, I'm gonna start catching some footage. You're gonna have some people who are just not gonna be able at a certain age to take care of everything. Allow their family members or even closest of kin to take care of things. If it ain't their kids, grandkids, let it be their brother, their sister, somebody along those lines. I feel that is fair. And the one thing you gotta remember is that again, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing for yourself when you become a certain age. You're in that mindset of again just living right. I want to make sure that I don't have to worry about no reoccurring bills outside of the bills I'm already paying. I want to make sure that my living situation is where it should be, but I also want to make sure I got the right people around as far as my family is concerned. That should be an important step too. And just something to think about for the night. Also, another thing for some of y'all to think about is again, think about the things you're doing, especially when you know you got kids around. Because again, I'm gonna start getting some footage. I even start dropping some short videos on it. I'm gonna show you exactly the things I'll be speaking on because again, it does go into what I'm saying. You know, there are some people who just never grow mentally. They don't, and it's sad to say it that way that they don't grow up mentally. But hey, it's something that you really do have to deal with. But yeah, just think about that. Things that you do, you know, could be for the good, could be for the bad, but it should mostly be for the good. Checking in on your people for the good, it's always going to outweigh everything. Because again, not every day is guaranteed a promise. And the ones that you really love and care for, when they close their eyes for good, how are you going to feel about that? You know, that's the main thing you should think about. How are you going to bear with how are you going to bear with everything when they're gone? Something critical to think about for the night. Another thing, like I was saying, about some of y'all doing things in public, especially when you got your kids with you, you are enticing them. and you are giving them the wrong type of idea. You know? Prime example, you see your kids climbing on things they shouldn't be climbing on. You should make sure the kids are acting accordingly when they outside. Because again, you didn't raise no animals. You see them doing things they ain't supposed to be doing. You're supposed to discipline them right then and there and teach them that golden lesson. But there's some of y'all who are encouraging the bullshit and don't care when you get called out on it, which I feel is messed up. You can't get mad when somebody call you out on something. Somebody called you out on something that needs to be called out. Guess what? Just got to take it. It's either that or do better. Because if you allow your kids, prime example, to do everything unruly within the streets, because you're doing everything unruly within the streets, guess what? You're creating and causing another cycle. I'm a dig deep into that on another day, definitely. Like I said, start catching some real good footage. Don't worry. You'll see why I keep implementing certain things the way I implement them in the conversation. But again, got to start thinking better and being more aware. With everything that's going on within our communities and within this country right now, the most important things we should be valuing, we don't value. It's like we lost that value compass. The things that's being valued right now, momentary, or they only just going to cause and create more chaos, mayhem, and misery, which is not a good look. Again, with some of the younger folks out here disrespecting, talking about smoking on packs and smoking on this and smoking on that, disrespecting people. Man, listen, especially those who are deceased. There's some of the again who are placing the wrong type of karma on you. But these be the ones again that don't have that mindset to say I want to live past a certain age, man. Again, like I said on Sunday, what really motivates you to get up out your bed every day? You got to find some form of key motivation. What's going to be my drive for the day? What I'm going to get done for the day? What do I see myself, or what do I envision myself getting accomplished? What do I do once I get to those accomplishments? You know, things that you should be aware of. Again, you got to have a reason to get up out of bed outside of drama and misery. You got to have that mindset to say, you know what, I'm waking up for good purpose, and I want to do what's necessary. I'm going to do what's necessary because, again, I don't do it, nobody else will. Keep yourself in that notion, again, of just having a strong mindset for the world around you. And again, I'm going to dig deep into the conversation about y'all checking in on your elders. I think it's time for that to start happening again. There are some that are doing that, and I applaud you for doing so. Because again, you're doing something that's needed. You're doing something that's needed, not because you want to do it, or not because you want fame or recognition. You're doing it just because, you know, and that's an important step to remember. Always do things genuinely from the kindness of your own heart. Don't do it because you feel you want to throw it in somebody's face at some point. Something to think about as well too. And before I get up out of here, I definitely appreciate everybody that's been a part of the conversation. Definitely appreciate those who tuned in. Those who might be tuning in now, you can definitely catch this replay. Appreciate everybody that's been part of the build, still becoming part of the build. Still got more conversations and more things to bring to the forefront. And again, happy birthday to all the Virgos still celebrating this month, and happy early birthday to you Libras coming in. We didn't forget about you. Again, may y'all enjoy your birthdays. May everything stay blessed and safe as always. You know what it is. And for those following me on Clapper, yes, I will be back for the Hump Day shenanigans tomorrow. I will be in the building at 5 p.m. Again, 5 p.m. No later. For those following me even here, again, I'll see y'all in the morning, definitely with the early morning cypher. I should be done with all my errands before time, so yeah. Always a blessing to bring sun to the people, and that's what we're going to keep doing. Before I get up out of here, my madness has been encouraged. It's been encouraged already. My bad, guys. It's been encouraged.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You a baddie, the type I appreciate. With no makeup, you looking good in the face. Natural body, I'm loving how it's
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hoes coming in, so I gotta bring the guys with me. Said he get the dirty outside. Heard they was some free, so I had to bring the down with me. Oh, you with it? I'm gone. Come to the bathroom, give me that dome. Yo, man's get the tripping, birdie. Hit him.
Yeah, James, bring that extra espresso, double shot of mocha, whatever. But again, for those following me on Clap, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 5. For those following me here, I'll see y'all in the morning around 11:30. Yeah, let me get up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love, and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I'm gonna do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics, real bills. Serious, I ain't worried about them damn boxing gloves. That's my club. I told James to bring the goddamn coffee. You know what? See, look, now just for that, you gotta get one of these too. You're doing too much. See, look, you're doing too much. Come on here with that, damn it. Don't come in here with that, damn well. But again, hopefully somebody did get something out this message. But for those who just tuned in, or for those who might be catching the replay, definitely share it out. Again, that's something that needs to be implemented. Again, checking in on those who need to be checked in on. Nothing wrong with doing so. Nothing wrong with doing that. I forgot I owe y'all birthday babies a double dose.
Stop saying that.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Stop.
What the hell? What the hell?
Don't worry. I didn't know they was gonna put a number on that cake, but hey. Bro, what's going on, my guy? You gonna have to catch the replay, bro. Don't encourage the madness. I told y'all to take my advice months ago. There, nobody listened to me right there. Nobody listened. It's all right though. It's all right though. You know what? For that email I'm about to get done. Come on there. Don't encourage the damn madness, y'all. Told y'all to do that months ago. Yeah, yeah, listen. James, don't laugh because you was part of that shit too. Part of that shit too. The first ever AI Matrix Awards might be coming next month.
Mom,
might be coming for the
I just want an Oscar.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry. We'll figure this out. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Might have to take a poll on your favorite shorts. If you ain't been catching them shorts, there's more coming. And there's more coming. And there's more coming. Don't worry about that. I ain't forget about y'all today, though. I ain't forget about y'all.
Motherfucker.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I told y'all to leave me alone. You ain't want to listen. You not want to listen. Give me one more time for the. Yeah, before I do get up out of here, just want to say something. Again, you know we're gonna always get some form of whatever. All right. We're gonna always get some form of madness. We're gonna always get some form of gladness. Make it a little bit of sadness. But for everything else outside of that, there you go. There you go. Again, y'all, this is what happens when you don't take my advice and you get about this much. Yes, it's no use, James. It's no use. Every time they try to take the device, Baby Rufus and them bring the shit back. So yeah, you know, ain't my man's enough for that one. Ain't my man's enough for that one. For those feeling good right now. There you go. There you go. But y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.